The Kestrel Event is live in Marvel Strike Force, and basic math, very, very difficult for the folks over at Scopely. If you're trying to get that Nick Fury gold outfit, well, the numbers are not working out, so we're going to discuss that. We're also going to discuss all the new job listings for Scopely over on the LinkedIn website. I got my thoughts for that. And Venom, Let There Be Carnage. The trailer was dropped this morning. We watched it on the live stream, and I have my reaction to it. What new character could potentially be coming to Marvel Strike Force as a result of this trailer? We're talking about that, plus all of your normal questions from the mailbag guys. If you're ready for all that, find that like button. And let's go smash it!
ValleyFlyin.
Yo, 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 yo. What is up, Valley Maniacs? I am ValleyFlyin. Welcome back to the channel. It is Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you had a great Mother's Day, and big shout out, much respect to all the moms out there. But yes, we are here to talk about some Marvel Strike Force, answering your questions from the mailbag channel on Discord. And I do want to give all of you a big shout out. Everybody that's joined that Discord and left a question, even if it may or may not get answered here, much respect. And if you want to get your question potentially featured in an upcoming Monday mailbag or Sunday mailbag sometimes, make sure you join the Discord and leave your question there. But that is it. Without further ado, guys, let's get to your questions. Boom. First question of the week. ValleyFlyin, I just got my Dark Dimension 3 characters done, which are Anti-Venom, Symbiote, Spider-Man, Scream, Maw, Thanos, Hela, Min, Ghost, Phoenix, and Emma. Should I add any more, or can I do it with these characters? All right, let's take a look at your different sections. So global section, you got Ghost, Phoenix, and Emma. It's gonna be a little rough with just those three characters, but I think you get through it, especially if you're trying to use the bare minimum resources. So that should be a good start on that one. As far as Cosmic, you have Minerva, Hela, Thanos, Maw. You should be good on that note. And as far as City, Anti-Venom, Symbiote, Spider-Man, and Scream. Decent. Again, you should get through it with the City section with those characters. I probably would want Carnage as well, and then maybe a fourth character for Global if you want to get through it in a quicker time. But if you're just looking to get through it, you should be fine with those characters, especially if you're looking to save resources. But maybe adding a Carnage and maybe adding a Mr. Sinister or someone, considering how valuable Mr. Sinister is going to be in Dark Dimension 4. You might want to add that for your fourth global, but you should be fine with the characters you have. It's just if you want to take a couple days off of your run, maybe potentially a couple weeks off your run, add those characters, and I think you'll be even better. All right, next question though is, hey, Fly, I've been watching your videos for a long time. Awesome energy, good vibes all around. I hope you're keeping good spirits and health. Thank you, brother. Same to you. Same to all of you guys out there as well. Cheers to you. My question. What do you think is going to be the future of MSF now that power creep is so astonishing? I think a lot of veteran players will leave. I don't know if it's super astonishing. Yes, we did just get Kestrel and Silver Surfer. They are some extremely power creep characters, way stronger than the current meta characters that we have in the game. So yes, there were. I don't think that's going to be the standard though. I don't think they're going to be releasing a strong meta-changing character release and then the next character a strong meta-changing character. I think that's just kind of what we fell into here, but I could be wrong. Let's see what happens in the next few months and see what happens with that. But I don't think it's going to be that crazy. I mean, Heroes for Hire is kind of crazy as far as war defense, but it's just war defense. I don't know how crazy it's going to be in other aspects of the game. Right. After Kestrel and Silver Surfer release, I felt all my investments on other characters are a waste since you have a voice. Maybe you can tell Cerebro and make them understand how important it is to keep the power creep under control. Otherwise, they'll lose money. For example, why should I play with a character I don't like when I can use my favorite character? What is the fun? Where is the fun? Is it gone? Thank you for your time. Keep on smashing. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a natural progression of game. We did get some extreme examples, like you mentioned, with Silver Surfer and Kestrel recently. And having them so close together, I don't think was the best decision out there. But I don't think that's going to be the standard. But we will see. We'll see. I don't think they're going to continue to do that. And it looks like they're making Kestrel very available to players, which I think is a good thing for in the long run. But yeah, especially players that have just gotten Doom or invested a lot of other characters in Kestrel, Silver Surfer, now negate both of those. Any of those characters is kind of it doesn't feel good. And a lot of things in gaming, it's about the feel. Because people play this for recreation, to have a sense of fun, to feel that fun. And yeah, so a lot of it is perception. Perception sometimes it becomes reality in these games. Next question though. Hey Valley, first I'm writing to your channel. Thank you, brother. Here's my question. Do you think Ultron will marry Hela? Definitely. That is the power couple going forward. I know it sounds weird, but with Kestrel out, I can see them being on an item. Team spawn in, Hela gets blocked by Kestrel. Kestrel loses charge, and Ultron brings the kids out unopposed. Just saying, Ultron may be the new leader of Asgard, or who knows? Maybe calling Auntie Emma, Uncle Strife, Grandpa Sinister, possibly. We'll see. I mean, I think that should work. You may need to delay another turn for that charge to be removed from Kestrel, or maybe bringing in Silver Surfer and he's removing the charge that way. But once she gets that charge removed, potentially from Hela and Greg, it's kind of a sacrifice, because if you bring her in to block Greg, and then you're kind of wasting a Hela just to make Ultron usable. So I don't know. Could be a team. Could be a thing in the future. We'll see how big Kestrel's on defense. I think Kestrel's gonna be more of an offense character, but so I don't know if you're gonna need to have that new power couple of Ultron and Hela going together. But we'll see. We'll see if the devs start to add some PvE or add Kestrel's to some PvE content. I hope not, especially with the way her charge mechanic works. It will be very, very unfun for potentially Dark Dimension 5. I hope that's not what the plan was with this character, but I don't think people are using her too much on defense. I mean, I've seen her a couple times in Arena, and it's not really a problem. So I think she's supposed to be an offense character. I don't think, I mean, people might use her. Maybe there's another character that is coming on to make her even stronger on defense, but she's an offense character, and I don't know if you're going to need to have that new power couple in order to, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I see her as more of an offense character, and when you're using her on offense, it's not as much of a problem. So you're not having to counter her as much. But we'll see how the meta goes. Maybe more people will be using her on defense. I know she's useful in a lot of places, but what are the best places outside of Wakanda to use for Shuri to replace someone in war? Well, I guess the standard Merc team right now is Taskmaster, Merc Radguard, Merc Lieutenant, Killmonger, and then Shuri as that fifth. So that's a good one. Any early team that needs an early defense up to help them, Shuri will benefit as well. But I think her best place is going to be on that Merc team, as that Merc Killmonger hybrid team on there. Hey, what it do, Valley? Much love. What is up, brother? A little speculation that I'd love to hear your feedback. With new MCU movies coming, delayed by COVID, could you see more symbiotes coming? Carnage movie, possibly Doppelganger to replace Venom, so it could be a squad with OG Spidey, Miles, and Cloak and Dagger? Or will we more likely to get Gambit and Rogue go to a team with Storm and Wolverine? Possibly. Obviously, there would have to be a lot of reworks. Eventually, at least the Nightcrawler. Would love to get your opinion. All right, so I'd love that team with Rogue, Gambit, and our homeless Storm, Wolverine, and then Nightcrawler. I think that'd be a cool team. Obviously, Wolverine needs some love for his rework. Storm will need some love as well, but that would be a cool team. I don't see that as very likely, though. The MCU doesn't seem like they're going the mutant direction, at least in Phase 4. Maybe in Phase 5, and who knows what's going to be going on with Marvel Strike Force at that point. But we did just get the Venom trailer this morning. Let There Be Carnage. We talked about that on the live stream. I had my live reaction on the live stream this morning with you guys, and you guys were smart enough to see some potential things that could be relevant to Marvel Strike Force. Let's go take a look at the trailer here as I play this thing. There's a few spots that I want to discuss, and the first comes about 1 minute 23 seconds into the trailer. As we're looking here, where is it? 1:17. All right, well, let's keep going. And we see the first glimpse of Ravencroft Prison, which you guys let me know is kind of like the RAF for insane prisoners. We see a character right here, and then later down closer to the 155 mark. Let me skip ahead here. We see her again during a big fire at that institute. There's the fire. We see two characters walking out, and yes, there we see her screaming. And yes, so some of the chat was thinking it could be Scream, but then he was like, no, it's not Scream. It's another character. It's this character right here, Shriek. And yes, if you look at it, Naomi Harris. She was in the Pirates of the Caribbean. That's what I know her for. Also in 28 Days Later. Simon and the Witch in 1987. And yeah, so she's been in a lot of stuff, but she is going to be playing Shriek. The new, I guess not a new villain, but new to the movies, new villain in the Carnage movie. And she is depicted as the lover of Cletus Cassidy. So yeah, Shriek. I think that is the character that is very likely to be coming to Marvel Strike Force from this Carnage movie. And maybe that's who we could see coming to as maybe a sixth member of this symbiote team. So yes, that's who we could expect. Shriek. Nothing else really stood out in the trailers. I think everybody knew that Carnage was going to be there by the ending of that last Venom or the first Venom movie. So we'll see if there's any other big hints out there that could result from this Venom movie, but I think that's way more likely than more mutants coming to the game. All right, back to the questions. Hey, Valley, big shout out from the UK. Big shout out back from the US, brother. Hope you're feeling better after your surgery. I am. And actually, I got the first COVID shot of the Pfizer one on Thursday, and man, I was so tired. I was dead tired on Friday, and went into Saturday a little, but yes, I'm better from both of those things. Thank you, brother. I wonder if you've heard when Silver Surfer will be in the Elite Red Star Orb. I feel like it's been forever. No, you feel like it's been forever because it has been forever. I predicted 2 weeks ago that it would probably be that Friday. I guess I'm still going to be making a similar kind of prediction. Probably this week. I hope it's this week. And let me take the probably back. I think it's going to be this week. It's been so long. I feel like Silver Surfer should have been added already. I've been saving my silver and gold promotion credits till when Silver Surfer has been had ever since we got that real bad 3 Red Star pull. I've been saving my promo credits because I knew I'd have to eventually invest in Silver Surfer. So I've been waiting with all you guys, and hopefully this is the week that I can spend my silver promotion credits, and hopefully shows up in the store very soon. But I'm waiting just like the rest of you, but I've heard no rumors. I've heard nothing official or unofficial or seen anything in data mines about it. So hopefully it is very soon, brother, because I need those stars in Silver Surfer as well. Hey, Valley, greetings from Singapore. Have a speedy recovery. Thank you, brother. Given that Kestrel Event is happening soon, so this is a little older question, but it is going on right now. Do you think she's a skippable character? No, don't skip on her. Go hard in this event. Spend your power cores on refreshing energy. Get as much shards as you can for Kestrel. Because she's a good character. She's really good. She's meta changing. She's meta defining, just like Silver Surfer. I do not get the hype over her personally. I don't feel any connection with her as compared to the rest of the Marvel heroes. I do not wish to get her at all. So yeah, your feelings are exactly right. The hype over her is not about any connection with her. It's about how overpowered and insane her kit is. And if you're just someone that wants to play the game, be good at the game, this is a character you're going to need. If you're playing it for fun and you just want to play with the characters that are more popular in the MCU, you could definitely skip on this character. But if you want to play this game competitively and be with your alliance eventually in the Doom raids, being competitive in that, being competitive in war, potentially arena, and countering a lot of the meta nowadays, then Kestrel is going to be the character that you should be investing. I still see that screenshot of the Venom trailer right there with Shriek going like this. So Scream is in my head, but yeah, Kestrel, don't skip on her if you want to be competitive, and if you just want to play with characters that you like, then again, this game is for fun, and whatever makes you happy and whatever gives you the most enjoyment, that is what you should do. But for me, it's being competitive in this game, and Kestrel's not a character you want to skip on if you want to be competitive. All right, hey, Valley, greetings from the Midwest, Minnesota. What is up, brother? It's been a long time YouTube fan. Only recently figured out how to use Discord. My dilemma is scheduling raids. Most of the information out there is now conflicting or out of date. How much have the raids changed? How much have the raids changed? And the strike pass element, scheduling raids has become a nightmare. I wouldn't expect a quick answer here in the mailbag, but maybe a 2021 video with a guest expert of few to reference to later. I wish you a speedy recovery. All right. Again, I'm not sure what the exact question is, but scheduling, I guess just poll your alliance, see what is the best for their schedules. And as people leave and new people come in, just make sure that the new people are okay with the schedule. But just have a determination. It's gonna be like any type of leader. You're gonna try to make as many people as happy as you can, but obviously there's gonna be people that whatever scheduled raid time is not going to be convenient for them. So in my previous alliance, we were just trying to do it around the same time every day. Sometimes things like games getting shut down, or bugs, or updates going on way longer than they should, or getting delayed. Sometimes that screws up our timing of our raids, and we're actually just kind of getting back to our normal timing now. But yeah, it's try to recruit people, and just make a decision and try to keep them around the same time would be my best advice. But I don't know if you're looking for more than that. But if you have a more specific question, leave a message in the mailbag, and we'll get to it next week. All right, hey Valley, my 9-year-old son recently started playing MSF and is around 100k TCP. Nice. Welcome to the game. I'm 11 million TCP. The game has changed so much since I started. What are the game modes that a new player should focus on? He has Sinister 6 and Wave 1 Adventures already, and he got lucky with Minerva. Also Hella from Blitz. So that's going to put you ahead of a lot of other newer players. One of the big things I think you need to cross over from that new level to that mid-game level is beating that villain 7-6. I think it's 7-6. It's whatever node Hella is farmable on. And at 100k TCP, you might not be able to do that very soon. But Wave 1 Avengers and Sinister 6, I think, are the two best starter teams. After that, you got to kind of go where you need. And these are the game modes that I prioritize. Arena, then raids, then war offense, then war defense. That's how I prioritize teams. But early on, especially around that 100k level, you want to try to get through that campaign as much as possible. So start building a hero team, start building a villain team, a cosmic team, and then mystic team to get through those, and then the Nexus, and then a Doom. You just need some strong teams. So try to get to as much of the campaign as possible. That way you could farm the gear that you need. That way you could farm shards of characters that you want, especially some of these more later game characters like a Hela and things like that. That'll help you move further along. But I think with what you got, focusing on the Wave 1 Avengers who are still relevant in the late game. Sinister 6 with Doc Ock is going to be relevant in the late game as well. Not sure if the original version of Sinister 6 is as valuable, but I think you're doing good. But just try to open up as much of the nodes as you can. I think early game players should be trying to beat as much of the campaigns as they can. Hopefully you could get at least all the way through chapter 6 of the Heroes and Villains campaigns, and then as soon as you get those characters a little stronger, try to get through villains, especially villain 7-6 and farming Hela. That's gonna be an important node to get that 3-star too. But I think with what he's doing nowadays. Oh, and his name is Britain. What is up, Britain? Hulk fist bump to you. Whatever you're doing, Britain, stay focused on it, and then keep trying to work towards that campaigns. And once you could get to that villain 7-6, that'll put you in mid game, and then you can start opening up some other teams that you could focus on. I think that's my best advice. I'm kind of where you are, brother. I'm at around 11, almost 12 TCP, or around there. I can't remember what it exactly is, and yeah, I haven't been in the early game for a while, so I think that's the best advice. If you guys disagree with me, have better advice for Britain, let me know in the comments, guys, because I haven't been there for a while. I haven't looked at what it is, because it's so all over the place now. There used to be a standard map that you could follow, this legendary, then this legendary, then this legendary. Right now is kind of all over the place, which is why I haven't made one of those roadmap videos for a while, because it's so convoluted on what a new player should be doing right now. But yeah, I think what you're doing is good. All right, next question though. Hey Drew. Oh, Drew is not here today, but I'll try my best to answer this question, even though it's not for me. What's the purpose of giving characters costumes to outdated characters we barely use anymore, and to make them fit with each other? Even though we don't use them regularly if we don't plan for them. So Electra, I think, is a very cool costume. I use her a lot in the Shadowland teams, mainly on war offense, so don't use her too much outside of that, but I think that's a cool thing. Captain Marvel, I don't use a lot. Vision, Wanda, I don't use them a lot. And Deadpool, other than that X Factor team, which he's not, X Force team, that he's not even the most valuable person on, I don't really use Deadpool a lot either. So I don't know. I don't know what the point is. I don't know how they could justify a $50 and a $33 price tag on characters that a lot of players aren't using nowadays, especially Captain Marvel. Where are you guys using Captain Marvel nowadays? I don't know where I'm using mine. I think she's on war defense somewhere. So that's not an appealing use of $35 for me, or $33. whatever it was. Not a very good appealing use of that money for me for that Captain Marvel outfit. Even though that outfit, I like how it looks, and I like the look of that Elektra outfit. Just doesn't seem. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe there's gonna be more events, and that's gonna get us to do more, spend more time in the game, getting more activity, which is a big marker that the folks over at Scopely look at for some of the metrics that they want. And assuming they have a plan, that's a big assumption. That's a big assumption for what they're doing with these costumes, especially with these costumes on unusable characters. Why did it happen when the show was on? Falcon and Winter Soldier event, WandaVision has nothing. Well, I think they had these costumes. They're just a little delayed. As you know, things with Scopely don't always run according to plan. So maybe they were planning to release these costumes earlier. That got delayed, and they had those costumes done already for the show, and they just got pushed back. So maybe that is what they're doing for the WandaVision. I don't know. Could be they had a delay, some kind of special event we get 3 times a year. It could help the costumes sell better. I think they should have a new event for each new costume. That's originally what I thought would be happening when I read the blog post. Obviously, there's no way to get it. There's no way to get any of the costumes right now unless you're spending $50 for Elektra, $33 for Captain Marvel, and then there's no way to get the Nick Fury right now because even the event in the game, the Kestrel event, is not rewarding the right amount of tokens that you need to unlock that Nick Fury outfit. So yeah, not a well-designed plan so far, in my opinion. All right, hey Valley, with the gold spending milestones coming, will the gold spending milestones coming back at some point soon? I don't know about soon, but I think at some point they have to, right? Don't know when they said they would change the milestone orbs to seasonal, whatever that means. But what about the milestones? So the last one we've had was Emma Frost, and you know, when the characters went out and then the new ones come back in, we've usually had a little bit of a delay. This is a long delay. I don't know what the exact date was. It feels like it's like 2 or 3 months. Maybe time is flying by because I'm having so much fun. But it feels like it's been a long time since Emma was removed from those milestones. Maybe it's even more than 3 months. I don't know. Let me know if you guys remember the exact date that Emma got out of those milestones. But I would have expected someone by now. I would have expected someone within about a month or so of Emma coming out. So who knows when the next ones come in. I don't know if any of these characters are strong enough to be a gold milestone character. Maybe someone in update 5.4. I don't know what the rumored characters are yet, but that is probably when Drew is going to be back to give us some nice, juicy rumors. But I don't know. What are your thoughts? Who do you think it's going to be, and when do you think it's going to happen? Let me know in the comments, guys. Hey, Valley. Thanks for always letting me get my questions to the mailbag. I have a quality of life question that should be helpful for Alliance leadership, provided the devs could implement such a tool. Oh my goodness. How much confidence are you giving the devs right now? I mean, I've lost a lot of confidence in the devs over the past couple weeks just because of the errors and the constant errors. Just when that big error shutting down the game gets resolved, the Kestrel event goes live and someone could not even do the proper math to make sure that we have enough tokens to unlock that Nick Fury. I mean, it took the community 2 minutes to figure it out. Like they did some basic elementary school math. They did some multiplication and then some division. Like, this doesn't equal out. So I don't know. All right. Anyway, I digress. Is it possible for them to add a pre-selected raid time slot? For example, if I want to start a raid at 3 p.m., can't log at 3 p.m., would I be able to submit a request beforehand so that it takes effect? My alliance mate can start to raid at the same time every day. Look forward to upcoming mailbag. I would like this. So early on in 2021, I remember Cerebro talking. I don't remember if this was an interview or if he was just talking to us, but he was saying that they want to focus. This might have been on a call I had with, I don't know. But he said they want to focus on a lot of alliance leadership stuff. They've neglected that for too long, and tracking raid keys, things like that. They wanted to help with that. Maybe this is something that they're working on, but we haven't seen a lot of tools that alliance leadership can use in 2021 so far. And we're already in May. We're already almost halfway through the year, and we haven't had a lot that I know of. So maybe this will be someone, maybe this will be a bunch of different features added for alliance leadership. But yeah, I don't know. I thought there would be some bigger changes, especially in update 5. Was it 5.1 or 5.2? The first is the one that happened around February. I thought we were getting a lot more things then, and not a lot. So who knows what's gonna happen? But this is a good thing, and this will solve some issues for some alliances as well. I guess if the game keeps going down though, this could be a problem, especially if the raids aren't done. So I don't know. Maybe this you know, is this selecting this will help the previous poster with a question about raid select start times as well. All right, greetings from Austin. Greetings from DFW. Would love to see a video where you talk to Zeeks and have her explain her role with Scopely. I feel she gets falsely blamed for a lot of companies' mistakes. Would you be open to doing something like that? Sure. If I had a good topic. I mean, sometimes people always request me to, not always, but there's been times in the chat on the live stream say, hey, why don't you interview Zeeks? I'm like, sure. What should I interview about? I'm not sure. I mean, her role within the company, she is a community manager, helps to manage the expectations of the community. And I don't know if she gets blamed for a lot of this stuff. I think she's a messenger. I don't think if she does get blamed, I don't think she deserves a lot. But if you want to see me do an interview with her, I could definitely ask her, but I would need a topic. I wouldn't be sure what topic to ask her. How much freedom she has over what she says in these random interviews, as much as Cerebro does. I know Cerebro is limited. I would expect Zeeks would be limited even more, but yeah, if you do want me to interview, let me know. Let me know what specific topic, other than just sort of role of Scopely, because I think it's just managing community and expectations there. But let me know in the comments if you want to see me do an interview with Zeeks. And I certainly can ask her and see what the response would be. Next question. Hey, Valley, while everyone is going crazy over our accounts briefly getting more gold than Fort Knox, did anyone notice the other thing we should have been really getting mad about the comp? There was a catalyst piece without an origin trait tagged to it, meaning that it can't be used on any character. Total waste of an item. I hope they fixed it where they can give us a functional compensation package. So I didn't notice that one. I also didn't notice that there was ISO 8 energy missing, the campaign energy from ISO 8. So that should have been included in that compensation package as well. I think what they sent out was a compensation package for the unscheduled maintenance downtime that they went out when they sent out that bogus rewards that nobody could claim, but they just added a bunch of gold into their account. I think that the one we got on Friday was in response to that downtime. And we're still going to get something in addition for the delayed update. So the one a couple weeks ago. So I think we should find out more this week. I hope they're transparent with the communication, and I hope we find out more clarity and not just left to guess as we are right now. But a lot of stuff happened on Friday, so I'm not expecting them to do too much on the weekend, but Monday is here. I hope they're back in the offices, and I hope we get more clarity to what is going on with all the compensation and all these bugs. Hey, Valley, thanks for everything you do. I hope you're resting up since you can't play MSF because Scopely doesn't want you to play MSF. I assume this was written during the maintenance time. With that being said, how is it possible this game is a 4.6 on the Apple App Store with everything going? I personally took time to write a review, give the game a 1-star rating. These devs need to know that this isn't acceptable. The game's rating on the Apple App Store should reflect that. There's no way the community is going on there and giving 5 stars to the game with this many problems. The game is the game that they make fun of in Borderlands 3 with a pay to not play. Guess that Quest made a joke. Quest that they made as a joke. Always keep going, making great content. So I don't know how the Apple Store works. I know the Android Store, that review, the reviews for that went down significantly, and the reviews for the Apple Store stayed the same. So I don't know how that is factored in and why that the Google Store drops way lower than the Apple, or drops quicker than the Apple Store based on a bunch of negative reviews. I don't know if Apple filters a bunch or something, but yeah, I'm not sure how it works. I know a lot of people went back and changed their reviews and they haven't seen the score of the game change too much, but exactly opposite on the Android Store. So the Apple Store is a little confusing. I know Apple doesn't disclose a lot of their analytics and how they figure stuff out. So this is just another thing that they don't really share the details of. Hey, Valley, remember when you gave me the good word for Fox Next QA job after Orgate? Unfortunately, I didn't get the job. I'm sorry about that, brother. Maybe you could have been helping to prevent all of these bugs and errors that has been going on. Apparently, no one else did either. Put in a good word for me in the next opening, and I'll give you 500 million gold in your inbox. Just keep pressing the button. All the best, BCS. All right, there are some job postings over at Scopely, though, so let's go take a look at those. And if you look at the filters that I use, this was within the past month. at Scopely and in the US. So these are some of the positions that they're looking for. Now, some of them have game titles to them, and this was just their US. There's a bunch outside the US as well. But as far as in the US, I don't see a lot of QA type people for Marvel Strike Force. So there are a few other positions. There's a head of growth for Marvel Strike Force. So they're definitely looking to acquire more players. There's a product finance analyst, not sure what game that's for. Director of strategic partnerships, product manager of performance. Maybe this is a QA title. I don't know. Producer live ops. This is not specifically for Marvel Strike Force. Lead talent partner, senior community manager. Doesn't say what game this is for as well, but interesting stuff. Corporate brand manager communications. Creative director. I know Jason Bender was looking for another creative director. I thought he was the creative director though. So interesting there. On his Twitter post from a few days ago. So not sure what game this is for. Lives Ops quality lead. This is very important. And I hope this goes to Marvel Strike Force as well. Brand manager, corporate brand communications. That is for Star Trek. That is for Wheel of Fortune. That is for WWE Champions. This is for Marvel Strike Force. Director of user acquisition. So no, I don't think I've seen anything that could be directly like this is a QA thing. There's something that may be QA, but they're looking for more players though. They definitely need someone to acquire more players. And a lot of these games that they're doing, lead product manager performance. That I don't know the gaming industry, but maybe this is a QA position. Senior producer, sound designer, graphic designer, technical director. A lot of positions at Scopely. There's a senior producer over for Marvel Strike Force. There's a senior game designer at Marvel Strike Force as well. Economy designer. Ooh, I think they could do some redesigning with some things like the ability orbs and things like that. Technical analyst, senior stock plan administrator, lead software engineer, rendering systems, and senior site reliability, AWS. So a lot of positions. So I didn't see too much QA. Maybe there's some different QA and some different titles there, but that is what they're looking for. So good luck with your job search, brother. Hopefully one of these positions sounds appealing to you, and hopefully they hire you and you can make the game better for all of us, brother. Hey, Valley, just noticed we only get 13,500 Fury bits for doing all the daily milestones for 15 days. So if you take into account what you could do in one day, multiply by 15, it's still not what it costs to buy that Fury outfit. Do you think this is another mess up, or they're going to extend the event longer to give us other ways to get the bits? I think this is another mess up. Cerebro's messaging was, yeah, we'll be sending out some more stuff next week when they saw this. So this is another mess up, another instance of maths being hard for the folks who are over at Scopely, and or double checking. Maybe there was another intent for this at one point. The bits added up. Or maybe there's a cost for the outfit at one point, and it added up, and then things got changed, and people forgot to look at things again. Just a litany of errors at Scopely that just continue to happen. But they're looking to acquire more people from their job listings, and they're looking for sound designers and things like that with their job listings. Hey, Valley, hope the recovery is going well. Thank you, brother. Let's say you have a Doc Ock and a Sinister on your team and are facing enemy Doc Ock. Your Doc Ock summons a Shocker. You clone it with their Doc Ock. Are you talking cloning the Shocker? When the clone Doc Ock summons, who joins the party? Another Shocker? Does Vulture show up, or does nothing happen? So I'm not sure if you're talking about cloning another Doc Ock or another Shocker. Oh, you cloned their Doc Ock. It wasn't the question. I just misread it. All right. So if you clone their Doc Ock, you already have a Shocker. What probably should happen is that Doc Ock is going to give speed turn meter to that original Shocker. I don't think the Vulture shows up. I don't think nothing happens. Although if you're giving speed bar to that original Shocker, it may look like nothing came up. But there was a big long back and forth between Mr. V Tennis and Iron Wolf Mac, and the final thread in this was some actual testing that was done by Iron Wolf Mac. So thank you guys for testing this out. But just testing that scenario in real-time arena. What's wrong about the clone Doc Ock summons? My team: Sinister, Rhino, Doc Ock, Electro, Mysterio. Opponent had Carnage, Symbiote, Spider-Man, Doc Ock, Anti-Venom, and Scream. My Doc Ock summons Shocker. All right, so Shocker's already on the field. Sinister cloned a Doc Ock, so you got 2 Doc Ocks, 1 summon shocker. My Doc Ock couldn't summon anything, so yeah, he's probably giving that original shocker turn meter. That's probably what he's doing, because I think that's what happens if the clone is already on the field. So very strange interaction, very fringe case, but yeah, it's good to know what happens in these fringe cases, so you can be prepared for it in case you run into it in a situation that it matters. All right, yo, Valley, long time no mailbag from me, and no wonder I was a little sadder than normal, but I'm glad you're back, brother. Greetings from the land of fresh poke, inflated gas prices, and free smog. Oh, the fresh poke and inflated gas prices make you think you're talking about Hawaii. The free smog. LA? Are you from LA? Anywho, can you imagine a day where Scopely hires new developer for a fresh, engaging game mode? What do you think would be the first question they would ask in an interview? How much money will this make us? I know you're saying that as a joke, but I think that is definitely the first question they will ask when talking about a game mode. How much money will this make us? How to monetize it, as opposed to what can be fun for the community. All right, how do we monetize this fun? I think they look at things a little differently. Like, okay, how can we monetize this? How can we implement this game? And then they think about the fun part. Crazy, right? Yeah, I think that's how it is at Scopely. I think it's pretty apparent by what they're doing in their lack of attention to detail. They're releasing costumes, red stars for Ultron, and those are the big highlights of their 2021 blog post, and not more fun things, especially with this new Heroes for Hire team. That is not a fun team. That is not a fun addition to the game. So I think money is a big factor for them. We still believe we're in a universe where our end will come from another engaging dimension to kill us all, kind of like an apocalypse. Always. Anyways, enough of my ranting. Tell Drew to get that. Tell Drew to get a new job to that hippie. I will tell him. I hopefully he will be back soon with some rumors. This boat is so full of holes. You're right. We'll see what happens. Hopefully a lot of the criticism that they've been facing, especially from mainstream media outlets, hopefully that helps them to realize that they need to change their ways and put fun and the attention to detail at a little more high priority than they have been in the past. Hey, Valley, hope all is well. Just unlocked Kestrel. Congratulations, brother. I'm trying to figure out what to do with her in war. What is the recommended team? Also, does she bring Fury back into the meta? Now can I bring Fury up to Gear 15? I don't know if I would go so far to bring it to Gear 15 unless you have a lot of plans for him. You've already tested him and you like what you're seeing with Fury. So as far as meta, I think she makes him usable. She makes him a good usable character when they're on the same team. And I don't know if she brings a meta, because I don't think them two alone makes him a meta character. I don't think him on his own is a meta character. So she makes him usable is what I would say. What to do within war. So actually I've been using Fury, Kestrel, and a bunch of shield minions on war as an attack team. They work pretty good. Anybody that needs to summon an enemy or like a Mr. Sinister, she's a hard counter. I know some people have been using her as a 5th for that X Factor team. Works very, very good, especially if you're going against a Doom. Some people have been taking out Deadpool out of the X Factor, throwing Kestrel in there as well. It's a lot of different ways. I think she's kind of like Ultron, though. She's going to be good at a lot of different teams. Anywhere that you could replace a 5th, or you have a 5th that's not as strong. And if you need what she brings, which is stopping summons and stopping clones, bring her into that team and experiment. But I don't know if there's one cookie cutter team that works the best. Maybe there will be after a few more weeks of testing, but I don't think there's been one team that found that works best with her. But I like her. I like her on a team with Fury and a bunch of minions. I feel that that's not breaking up teams that already have established. But again, that's something that's going to be roster dependent. So depending how your roster is, that may be the best team for you, or it may not. And it also depends on your opponents as well. You may need to combine a lot of effective teams together just so they could do well in war and have the proper counters, or you might be splitting up teams because you need more teams and less strong teams. So a lot of it depends on that. But I'm using her on a team with the rest of the shield minions and Fury. Hey, Valley, I know Alliance recruitment is something you've never opted to touch with a 10-foot pole, and don't blame you for that. Not never. I was kind of forced to it sometime during year one. The game came out,
March of 2018. And it was around when we had those 2-hour Deadpool raids. So I believe that was July, August-ish. So yeah, I was kind of leading. And then after that, I was like, yeah, that was temporary. I'm not doing this anymore. But I've been having a particularly difficult time scouting for recruits the latter end of early game, level 60 plus. It seems like a lot of people looking for new alliances on Discord are either brand new or later game players, and most of the recent recruit has been just as inactive as the person they've replaced. Is there a reason why the recruiting field is the way it is? It's seemingly have been like that for at least a few months. I don't know if you guys remember, my alliance broke up, or my previous alliance broke up because there was no good recruits that we could bring in. And I think during our last season, we actually had an inactive guy. So that screwed up our wars, that screwed up our raids. And that last week in that alliance wasn't fun, but it was because of lack of recruiting. So it's been going on for a while. And I think a lot of it is the lack of catch-up mechanics, the lack of pure clarity. We talked about what should a new person do in a previous question, and how it's kind of harder for me to make that guide, that roadmap that I've been making, because there's so many different directions, and it's not really clear what a new player should do. I think that has a lot to do with the recruiting, and people are either stuck in the beginning game for a long time. Mid-game players are looking to get into a bigger alliance so they get the Silver Surfer shards. And then now it's putting a squeeze on mid-level alliances. Mid-level alliances were, I think, hurt the most by these new raid milestones, because newer alliances, they didn't care. They're not in the running for that anyway. Higher level alliances, they're getting some, but the mid-level alliances, I think they got screwed the most with those Silver Surfer shards. And I hope Scopely realizes this and does something. Unless, I mean, if their metrics are looking good, they're probably not going to do anything. So hopefully it's screwing up their metrics, and they're forced to do something to change and make it a better experience for a new mid and end game players. All right, hey Valley, hope the recovery is going well. Thank you, brother. I came up with interesting Sinister interaction I've been pondering. If you clone Emma on the enemy speed, will be dropped by 10%. I believe that if Emma dies, the enemy speed and future waves will be lowered. If you keep summoning Emmas, can you reduce the enemy speed down to 0 or even negative? So I'm not sure about this. Obviously, I don't know if there's going to be a battle that lasts long enough for you to clone 10 plus Emmas. So there's that. There's no PvP battles that will allow you to do that, because Arena has a timer, War has a timer, Real-Time Arena has a timer, Real-Timer, yeah, it does have a timer. So there's, in the modes that don't have a timer, or Raids have a timer. The modes that don't have timers are Blitz and then Dark Dimension. That's where it can be possible, but I don't know if that's how it works. If you summon a second Emma, does that lower the enemy speed bar by an additional 10%, or is it just that original 10%? But yeah, getting that many turns, because that clone ultimate for Mr. Sinister has a long cooldown, so potentially might work in some game modes. If anybody's tried this, let me know. I'm not sure though. I don't think it's going to be in the negative or 0, but you're going to have to find a game mode that will allow you to take so many turns to do this and test this out, and hopefully not having the enemies die, and hopefully having all the Emmas on the field. It'll be a big experiment, but I think there should be some kind of hard cap on the speed, but I don't know. It's not listed in the game. All right, you do a wicked job. Thank you. Hope your arm is healing quickly. Serious question. I have then a goofy one. All right. Why was JJ left out on cold for Heroes for Hire? I think their intention is they're gonna have a 5th come into that team later on. Plus, she's a pretty decent character. Her basic is a good basic. I think it gives out ability energy. A special is the one that clears all those debuffs though. So that is horrible when you're in a raid and you see a Jessica Jones on there. Her ultimate removes some high focus, her high resistant buffs off the enemy team. So she's a good character, and she still has some synergy with the old defenders made of Nick Fury, Iron Fist and Luke Cage. So she has some synergy there, even though she doesn't have that direct Heroes for Hire tag and she could be revived over and over again. But she was left out in the cold, but she still fits on that team, and she's probably a good 5th for that team because she's homeless right now. And the other good potential fits, you'd be breaking up some other teams out there. Why do we get energy refreshes only 120 energy rather than continue to grow and bypass the 120 max? So I think this did make sense when that was the max. I don't know why we're not. I think, what is the max energy now? 139. I don't know why we're not getting 139. It might have been an oversight as they start to raise the level gap. A lot of things should have been adjusted. I think this should have been adjusted as well, but this is just a another thing. Unless this is something that might have screwed up other areas of the game, giving too much energy out. Maybe they had a hard cap designed initially, and yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me either. Does Kestrel's avatar pick look like AOC to anyone? So for those of you in another country, AOC is a very outspoken politician in the US. And let's pull it up side by side. You could be the judge. So there's a picture of AOC. There's a picture of Kestrel. There are some similarities, brother. I gotta admit it. I didn't think of it before, but I don't know if I can unsee it now. Back to the questions, though. Hey, ValleyFlyin, hope the recovery is going well. Thanks for being a positive light for the community, my friend. I try my best. Scopely sometimes make it hard when they keep introducing errors and bugs in this game, but I try. The question is, it hurts to ask. As I wait for Gear 15 so I can continue to Dark Dimension 4, it's finally get time to get my final hand character to gold star, 7 gold stars to complete the Relic Hunter event. Which dumpster should I farm? Hand Sorceress or Hand Assassin? Oh, surprised that you didn't have Hand Blade Master in there. I guess you've already gotten enough pulls for him, but I would say that, all right, so you got 2 values. Sorceress gives defense up to everybody, and she has a heal. Pretty decent, and that may be useful potentially down the road if Hand gets a rework. Hand Assassin is a pretty crappy character, but she's important for a Phoenix unlock as a villain mystic controller. Now, if you already have Hela there, don't worry about Hand Assassin, because Hand Assassin is pure dumpster fire. Hand Sorceress is kind of dumpster fire because her heal is good, her defense up is good. She goes to stealth sometimes, so it's hard to attack her sometimes. So I don't think Hand Sorceress is pure trash, but Hand Assassin is pure trash. But if you still need that Phoenix unlock, then that may be the way to go, even though they're both not very relevant in today's meta. Hey, Valley. So with the lack of trust in Scopely and their pay-to-play mentality, quick math for you, just for this Kestrel event. Oh, yeah, so it's not working. They didn't calculate this right. They didn't do their basic math before they introduced this to the community. They let the communities do the calculations and say, hey, these numbers don't add up. Yeah. All right, so 800 day max if you want 800 day skin credits if you want the max. 13 days left for the event. Cost of Nick Fury skin 16,500, leaves 4,500 left, so they could probably sell us. Anyway, week side event, 3-star Kestrel, and most are maxed in just 3 days. I don't mind that though. It was weaker. I would have liked to complete it for more. It's a longer event, so having it done so soon is kind of disappointing, but it's better than just a pure event release character. I think all this stuff is just gravy on top of it. Do you think that we, the consumers and player base, are stupid enough that they're stupid and greedy as Scopely? I think it's both. I think there's a lot of incompetence. There's a lot of not testing that goes on at Scopely, and I think a lot of that is because the player base continues to buy stuff. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna get this stuff anyway. So there's no real incentive for them to do quality work and put out quality work and pay attention to the details, because they're like, yeah, they're gonna buy stuff anyway. So I think it's evolved to that point, but I think it's both. I think both is correct. Also can tell you're getting fed up with Scopely's blunders along with other content creators. Is it still worth being an envoy program or more of a wasted chore? So I don't think that Scopely's blunders are malicious. I mean, obviously they want to get the most profits in mind, but doing stuff like this is not good for their profits. It's not good for their brand. It's not good for their reputation in the industry. And of course, I'm talking about the bugs. So yeah, I don't think they're malicious. So I think there is value still communicating with Scopely and being in the Envoy program. I think there's more that you could find out about what's going on in the game and communicate that with you guys a lot quicker than if I was not in the Envoy program. So yes, there is still value being in the Envoy program, and there's still value to it. But yeah, there's a lot of things that Street was like, oh yes, so we want to do this. All right, all that stuff sounds good, and then there's some bugs, and like, oh, yeah, we gotta put out all these fires. Oh, the community is upset about this. So I think their incompetence at testing stuff is affecting the Envoy program. But yeah, there's still value being in it. All right, hey Valley, my 4 legendaries for DD4: Phoenix, Maw, Jubilee, Dr. Octopus. I want to bring a 5th. Who'll give me the most in DD4 and usage? in the Doom raids. All right, so not so much in the Doom raids, but probably the best in DD4 is going to be Invisible Woman. Good character. I'm using an arena, so I'm not getting a lot of value for her in the Doom raids because symbiotes are in that lane anyway. But and if I'm doing a backup team, I'm usually using Yo-Yo instead of Invisible Woman. So don't expect a lot of value for her in the Doom raids. But Invisible Woman, I use her in arena to counter the Black Order as in a hybrid team, and very, very valuable. She made Dark Dimension 4, those legendary nodes, a lot easier with her barrier, with her offense down, with her ability to clear off debuffs off the team. She's a good character. So my recommendation would be that character. Although you could bring another character like Shuri. I think Shuri will give you value in the Doom raids. Little different trait there. So Shuri is another direction you could go that she will give you some direct value in Dark Dimension and the Doom raids, excuse me. So I would pick either one of those characters. Star-Lord, I don't think has a lot of value, but yeah, you can bring him possibly for the energy that he gives out, but I think you're gonna get a lot more value in Dark Dimension 4 from Invisible Woman and in Doom raids from Shuri. Those have been my 2 top picks, brother. Yeah, and then Black Bolt is good, but I don't use him in the Doom raids at all, unless I'm going into a backup team to try to sacrifice that boss node for those symbiotes. All right, Hulk Fist Pump. We're pumping, baby. Sometimes we bump, sometimes we pump, depending on what we're doing. What do you think the passives of Heroes for Hire compared to Black Bolt and Kestrel? Heroes for Hire says that they always revive. Bolt and Kestrel says that enemies cannot be revived. So not exactly. The Black Bolt passive, yes, but the Kestrel ultimate, it's only for her ultimate that you cannot be revived. So not with the Kestrel passive on that one. But yes. Also, do you think Heroes for Hire could be a straightforward 2-tap like the Day of Shield, kill Shield Medic, and watch the match timeout? They're a little more complicated than that. They're a little more complicated. If we look at one of their passives, it says on spawn, War Defense. If the character has 3 or more Heroes for Hire allies, which on a full Heroes for Hire, and on turn 1, they're going to have that. If health is full and not charged, gain 2 charge. So that's going to be important. First battle, they're always going to have charge. If you manage to kill one of them on spawn on the second battle, they're not going to have that charge. Now, what does spawn do? At the end of any turn, if charged and below 50% health, lose a charge, clear all negative effects, and heal for 100%. So you need, if you want to one-shot kill someone, you need to have them above 50% health and kill them there. Then they're not going to revive. If you do that with Black Bolt, you should be fine. If you don't do that, all they're going to do is heal up to 100% health. That's why. So that charge is going to be very, very important. You could also just bring in someone like Silver Surfer to remove the charge. He is the one character that can remove charge off enemies. So that's why the devs are saying he's a hard counter to this character, to this team, because he can remove the charge. So once you drop them below 50% health, they're not going to heal up, and once they die, they're not going to be getting back to life either. All right, so they get all that stuff, and they're gaining offense up and a bunch of other stuff. All right. And if they still have charge, so if they haven't been brought up above 50% 2 times, they're going to revive on death and they're gaining extra damage. So they're going to have 2 charge. If we remove 2 charge and kill them, they're not going to revive. If you drop them below 50% health, they're going to move up to 100% health, remove 1 charge. You do that again, they're going to go up to 100% health, remove another charge. You do that a 3rd time, they're going to die. So you can if you can kill them when they're above 50% health with Black Bolt, they're not going to come back to life. Same thing with that Kestrel ultimate, they're not going to come back to life. Anything other than that, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough for that other team. So hopefully you could just get it to so they're missing some health, because the passive does say if this character has 3 or more Heroes for Hire allies, if health is full and not charged, that's where we're going to gain the charge. So if all of them are less than 100% health, and then you time out, that could be a strategy, because the second battle, they're not going to have charge then. So that may be a 2-tap strategy for this team. That could be it. But as far as one-shotting, Silver Surfer is a way to go. Black Bolt and Kestrel can be ways to go. But remember, it's not on Kestrel's passive. It's on her ultimate. So only on that ultimate is where it's going to matter. And that is it. That is it for the questions this week, guys. Let me know what you thought of the answers that I gave. Let me know if you agree, disagree. Let me know if you're going to apply for any of those new jobs on LinkedIn for Scopely. They seem to need help. They want to hire people. they need some jobs filled, and maybe you could be the one to do it for them and improve the quality there. I know basic math is hard, so that may not even be a requirement at Scopely. So good stuff there. Let me know what you thought of the Venom trailer. What you think of potentially Shriek coming to Marvel Strike Force. We'll see what happens, who they plan to add. As we know, they don't always add a one-to-one for every movie and every television show, but potentially Shriek added to Marvel Strike Force. Let me know your feelings on that. And let me know, why is math so hard over at Scopely, guys? I don't know. Hopefully they provide some clarity on fixing this event, and hopefully they provide some clarity this week about what is going on with the rest of the rewards. I think that was only the rewards we got last week were only for last week, but for the previous week, I think they still owe us that. So we'll see what goes on with that. I will see you guys next time. Make sure you leave your questions on Discord for any potential future Monday mailbags or Sunday mailbags whenever we do this mailbag video. I'll see you guys next time. Another video coming out today. We're gonna open some red star orbs for Colleen Wing. We're gonna not rank her up. We're gonna look at some footage. I'm gonna get some ISO 8 and some T4 recommendations. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys next time. Give me a Hulk fist bump before you go. Check out some of the sponsors, guys. Amazon Coins is a way you can save up to 20% off all your purchases, Marvel Strike Force or whatever. BlueStacks, great emulator for free on your PC. Check that out, and I'll see you guys next time. Check out some of my other videos. Subscribe, like, notification squad, and give me that Hulk fist bump, baby. ValleyFlyin out.